This is Chief Hunningberry back in Pasadena, California with Ryan from Chicago, and our topic this time is about how doctors are going way beyond what they should and forcibly hospitalizing and treating people. Do you have some experience with that?
Yes, I've experienced it personally in Arizona, Phoenix in particular, where all it takes is two people to petition you, and then they send you to a mental institution where even if you aren't mentally ill, as they call it SMI, they're still going to give you some kind of diagnosis because they're overstepping their boundaries and using their authorities in ways that they shouldn't to force you to get on these psych meds, put you on what's called court order treatment, which is a minimum of 365 days. A lot of people get more than that, where you're forced to be administered with these psych drugs that are manipulating and messing up your mind and basically just taking away from your God-given creativity and ability as a person. So I've seen it myself with my own personal experience, and just for what I've seen with my own eyes, just people go from beautiful human beings to kind of just zombies off the psych meds that these doctors are giving them.
Well, it used to be where you had a choice, that doctors couldn't make your decisions. I know in the 1980s, the rule was with forcible hospitalization that you had to be it had to be determined that you were either a danger to yourself or to others. Now it's just, well, they think you'll be better off. You know, they're making your decisions for you. They're deciding that you have to take these dangerous pharmaceutical poisons. How did that affect your mind?
Correct, and it affected my mind drastically. You know, I was on it for a little over a year, about a year, and I saw a major difference in my personality, my drive, my ambition, how I interacted with people, and just my thought process. And just even still the side effects I have as I'm off those drugs that are everlasting or even short term, I still have different side effects I deal with today because of the fact that I had to take those drugs that were forced upon me at that, because I did not want to take them. Because like I said, you get court order treatment, which it means by law you have to take it in the state of Arizona. So it's kind of a messed up situation when you think about it.
Well, I met people in Chicago that were forced to take the drugs. Between one chess player, the best chess player in Chicago, and they gave him these drugs. He doubled, his weight doubled, and he couldn't play chess anymore, and he wound up committing suicide. But one of the even more disturbing things is the forced lobotomies. People think, well, those have been outlawed since the 1960s. They haven't. They're right here in Pasadena, at Huntington Hospital. You meet so many people here. You see the dents in their foreheads where they did the frontal lobotomies, taking out their prefrontal cortex. And that's even worse. I mean, get off the drugs and maybe return to normal. But once they do this surgery, there's no going back. But this is sort of thing that I'd like to stop. I'd like to let people know, like document like what these doctors are doing and stop them.
For sure, there definitely needs to be a voice, because at the end of the day, it's a billion-dollar industry that they're basically just forcing people to get on these meds for money. They really don't care about if they have a mental issue or actually helping them sustain or fix that mental issue. They're just trying to get them on as many pills or different things they can as possible to get money in their pockets, and it's messed up because it shouldn't be that way.
So are you doing a little bit better now? I know that this is your first day in Pasadena?
Not my first time in Pasadena. However, my first time interacting with this crowd of people that I met today. And
I met you over at the Union Station Adult Center. It's a soup kitchen, and they have a homeless shelter up in the top. And unfortunately, on Tuesdays at least, maybe some other days, they have a separate little building on a facility where doctors come in. And there's one doctor in particular, Paul Gailiunas, Gailiunas. Told everyone he graduated from Harvard Medical School. He went to some shit medical school in Canada called Dalhousie in Canada, and he's involved in these sanity hearings very often. He's not even a psychiatrist, and he's been involved in forcibly hospitalizing people. And many of the people over at Union Station Adult Center, in and out of there, have been forcibly lobotomized.
I don't know. I'm kind of speechless, man. You know, because it's unhumane and it's unconstitutional, but it's legally going on, you know what I'm saying, within this nation that we live in. So it's going to take more than just myself or you to speak up on it. We're going to have to come together collectively and push for change, because it's not going to happen overnight.